Chaos and outrage today in downtown L.A. with thousands of people protesting President Trump's threat of mass deportation.
How dare you? How dare you?
The crowds blocked the freeways, the city streets. They caused huge traffic delays, and they prompted the LAPD to issue a citywide tactical alert. Carlos Aceto is live for us in downtown L.A. tonight, where things are a little bit calmer. Carlos?
That's right, Rick. It is much calmer, much quieter right now. But as you know, these demonstrations lasted pretty much all day. The protesters here moved in, shutting down the 101 freeway, shutting it down at least a couple of times. Let's watch. Officers in riot gear surrounded the 101 freeway through downtown LA Sunday evening.
Same circus, different clowns.
As the LAPD issued a citywide tactical alert. Small scuffles broke out between protesters and police as tensions escalated. Police issued dispersal orders as demonstrators marched onto the freeway, forcing several closures throughout the day.
Things have devolved into total chaos.
CHP officers doing everything they could to clear the lanes and keep everyone safe and off the freeway. Earlier, thousands of protesters rallied against President Donald Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration and mass deportations.
We've seen it already a bunch of times all over, so he doesn't care. We need to be treated like humans. And, you know, we're being treated inhumanely.
Since his first day back in office, Trump has signed a flurry of executive orders authorizing greater military force at the U.S.-Mexico border. The administration says it's going after violent criminal immigrants who are in the country illegally.
Drill is we enforce the law.
But with nearly 1,000 deportations daily, many fear no one is safe.
There's so many people out there that may have came here illegally, but it's home. We're the ones that, our parents are the ones that sacrificed everything for us to come here. And we're more than grateful for them.
I'm mad, I'm like sad, I'm like all mixed emotions because they're doing all this to people who don't deserve it.
Everything in life should be free.
Why are they holding the Mexican flags? If they want to hold Mexican flags, shouldn't they be holding those in Mexico? I mean, I love Mexico. I go down there. I've always had fun there. But if we're in America, aren't we supposed to be celebrating America and that? I mean, I don't get it. What's going on, Terry? Explain it to me.
I remember a few years ago when I was still in California, they shut down all the Taco Bells and all the Mexican restaurants, and they were out on the streets with their Mexican flags then. And people said, dude, you got the wrong flag in your hand. Not to mention burning an American flag. We hate America. This place is awful. Do not send us back to Mexico, the place that we love. It's upside down. Let me also ask you this. How do you know if there's a protest on the freeway? The traffic doesn't move in LA anyway. You're stuck for hours stopped in your car on the freeway. It may even move faster when there's a protest because at least people aren't getting on the freeway to drive. So I
don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but anyway, we appreciate you watching the news. It just gets crazier and crazier. I like the direction that our Leaving California channel's going. I like the direction that our country's going, and people are actually allowed to say, I love America. All right. Well, again, if you like our news, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll keep you posted on anything that's relevant in California.
And one of the things I want to investigate rapidly, because I've never seen anything to this extent, the train that's being built between Los Angeles and San Francisco is the worst managed project I think I've ever seen, and I've seen some of the worst.
It can only get better from here.
Billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars over budget. In fact, I read where you could take every single person that was going to go on the train and get the finest limousine service in the world and take them back and forth with limousines, and you'd have hundreds of billions of dollars left over.
We are going for a ride.
It is the worst thing, and we're going to start an investigation in that because it's not possible. I built for a living, and I built on time, on budget. It's impossible that something could cost that much. And now it's not even going to San Francisco, and it's not going to Los Angeles. They made it much shorter So now it's at little places way away from San Francisco and way away from Los Angeles. No, we're going to start a big investigation on that because I've never seen anything like it. Nobody has ever seen anything like it. The worst overruns that there have ever been in the history of our country.
Now, who would have thought that would be worse news?
And it wasn't even necessary. I would have said, you don't buy it. You take an airplane. It costs you $2. It costs you nothing. You take an airplane. But this got started, and if you have to, you drive. You can drive. They have hundreds of billions of dollars of cost overruns, and it's not even the same project. It's much shorter. It's way outside of San Francisco and way outside of Los Angeles.
I know what you're going to say. Climate change. It's all tied to climate change. I mean, they got to have the trains so they have less cars, but then they never actually finish the projects, but then they can overtax because of climate change. I mean, what? You can go ahead and explain this one to our audience, Terry. Go ahead, take it away.
Well, of course, everything is climate change, but you forgot the one other big element. Unions. This is all about paying off the unions that get the governor elected and every other house or leader in California. So this is about paying off unions. This is about union wages, giving unions jobs. That's why they want to build these tunnels now to have the water go from Northern California to Southern California. It's all about the unions. If you get things done on time, on budget, then what's the next gravy train for the union? This was going to cost, I don't know specifically, but when this was voted on, this was going to cost something like $12 billion and be done in 5 or 6 years. That they have got this thing well over $100 billion now. It's going to run from Bakersfield to Merced. And they're years away from the first train leaving the station. And they estimate, and I saw this, I hope this is right. They said that trip to Bakersfield to Merced, $200. Oh, $200. I can drive that for $30 maximum. So
well, what do you think about the big guy in Washington? Should he just be focusing on Washington, or should he actually be getting involved with things out in California with kickbacks? And I mean, maybe things aren't on the up and up in California like we thought.
What? I'm glad I'm sitting down. Is that possible? My gosh. Let me also tell you this. There's no way that this is going to cost anything that people can afford, or it's going to require billions in subsidies. It's what a disaster. Just assume. Can people of California assume something? If their leadership is for it and they're spending money on it, it's the wrong thing. Just assume it's just the opposite.
Good point, Terry. Good point. And hey, guys, thank you so much for watching our Leaving California news. We like to bring you all the stories. Some of them are out there. I got to tell you, this one's a little bit out there, but please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you soon on another story, because they're just going to keep on coming in.